Welcome to a brand new episode of the LowLife podcast. I'm back here with my co-host Dennis.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here with us.
You know, Dennis, this just hit me. We weren't planning on bringing this up, but I was like, I feel like Dennis should give an intro one of these days.
Oh, facts. Yeah, here, I got you.
We need to do that next
Welcome,
time.
everybody,
Yeah,
to
there we
the
go.
episode of the LowLife podcast. I'm here with my great co-host, Delmon.
What's up, guys? Thank you for joining. So, all right, we're going to start just the elephant in the room.
Yeah, just don't say... I was going to tell you before. I was like, do not say we have a lot of things to talk about.
I guess we don't. We're going to keep it short and concise.
You say that every time.
I say that every time, do I? I really do say that. You know why? It's because we wait so long in between.
And there really is a lot of things to talk about.
Okay. Let's start with the elephant in the room, the election, Dennis. So, Did you expect it to be that bad, is my question.
I mean, you know, you can see what we said in the last episode. Me personally, I thought Kamala was going to win. Mm-hmm. You said Trump was going to win. You came out right. Oh, also, I still owe you $50 for Bronny James.
Yeah, you're good. You're forgiven. You're forgiven at this point.
No, I didn't expect Kamala to be embarrassed like that, frankly, to be honest. I think she was really just – it was embarrassing.
She lost the popular vote.
She lost the popular vote, the electoral college. I mean,
like by a wide margin too. Like it's not like it's even worse than Hillary's in my opinion. The thing with Hillary, what made Hillary's loss so crazy was that it was Hillary Clinton. You know what I mean? Right. Nobody expected Trump to beat Hillary Clinton. Yeah. You know what I mean? She was like a powerhouse, you know, within the Democratic Party.
Yeah, compared to Trump, who wasn't even
just a novice at that point.
Yeah, hadn't been a president yet. Yeah.
But the Trump we know now is a whole different character compared to the one that was leading up to that election, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like this monolith that's just like on a run right now. Like white America is on fire these last few months, bro. Like, like I'm thinking, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna stop doing this. I feel like I do this a lot. Like, as soon as something happens, the wrong person wins the election, I'm like, oh, it's over. You know, everything's about to go. I know, even though this time it really feels like it, but I don't know, man. I feel like his picks for his cabinet, I don't know if you've been paying attention to it at all.
Somewhat, yeah.
But like they're just a bunch of dudes who just
like if I got elected president, I just like, yo,
they're
his
trying
homies.
To be
Department of Education, you trying to like, you don't know anything about fucking. Well, actually, you'd be okay for Department of Education, but like,
thank you. I take that as a compliment.
Maybe like public health and safety or something.
Yeah, like I don't know shit about health. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like,
no, but it's not the thing. It's like they're just trying to deregulate everything. They're trying to take rules out of everything. You know what I mean? Just so the CEOs can make quicker money, faster money without having to go through, you know, the process of making sure everything is good when you put it out. You know what I mean?
They're trying to do what they were expected to do if they were voted into office, or if Trump was voted into office, right? These higher ups definitely obviously voted him for a reason.
I feel like, you know, like this Trump campaign, compared to the 2020 campaign, I feel like Trump really learned from his mistakes. I feel like he learned where he needs to lean into. Like these red pill podcast guys, like I talked to you a little bit before the podcast about it. Like you mentioned, Megan Thee Stallion twerking. Like, yes, okay. I'm not going to fault them for one thing. It's celebrities come out and Megan Thee Stallion's thing is twerking. You know what I mean? It's what she's known for.
For sure.
Like they got endorsed by Beyonce and they got endorsed by LeBron. You know what I mean? So they had like reasonable people to endorse them. But I feel like what they did is like the Nelk Boys and stuff coming out to Trump. They had rappers coming out for Trump. You know what I mean? Like these New York rappers, street
football players,
dudes, bro. Like football athletes, players, like. Antonio Brown was out there, bro. Like, but you know what?
Bell or something.
That's just it makes it like a spectacle almost. You know what I mean? And it's just like, and I understand these rallies and these getting together and trying to like, and
okay. First of all, rallies are really weird to me. I don't know if we touched on this in the last episode or at some point, but I think rallies are a weird
concept.
Yeah,
I get that.
Right? Like, what are we all gathering here for?
Just to glaze this one dude, collect some money for him.
Yeah, every time he says something, you know what I mean? Like, crazy. I don't know, but I guess
it's like sports. Remember I talked about this? It's like sports. It's like you got a guy. It's like wrestling, bro. You look at it like, I like that guy more. Yeah. And sometimes you like to go for the villain. You know what I mean? Because he's just more entertaining. Anymore. And somebody told me that they're like, at least the next 4 years are about to be entertaining.
I really you know, I said this in the last one, man. I really don't think much will change. I think
a lot's going to change, Dennis.
Like in a way, or maybe he'll like, I don't know, man. 4 years is a long time. I think one thing I will say is I do think the economy will be in a decent place by the end of this cycle. And whether that's, because of Trump or because of what the Democrats have been doing the past 4 years, I don't know.
So which cycle? Like the fourth quarter of this year?
Yeah, like every presidential cycle. I think by the end of these, because like we've been in some hard times. We've grown up, not necessarily like hard times, but just like the economy and like for us to be able to buy a house and just for what our parents and grandparents, their what they were offered and their what they had available to them. Their opportunities is what I'm trying to say. Is
let me ask you this.
Much bigger than ours, I feel.
Let me ask you this, Dennis. If you kept your job right now, and don't disclose how much you make or anything, that's not my point. Mm-hmm. My point is if you kept your job right now, how long in the future do you think you can afford a house in?
Damn.
That's right? It's a crazy thought. I think obviously you're going to go get a loan and stuff, but like I'm just like thinking about it. Like back in the day, our grandparents could buy that shit cash.
I was gonna say definitely a few years, like
a few,
like 4, if anything. I'd have to get a better job.
That's what I'm saying. It's just not realistic to think
I ain't
about.
Making $300 an hour.
I mean, that's if you don't spend anything either, Dennis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're fucking penny pinching.
Yeah.
Like you're denying yourself of, just basic stuff or even just any basic.
And I think
pleasures.
about that often, Dennis. I'm like, all right, how I feel so behind because at 26. I feel like I should have a house at this point. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's how it used to be. But now it's weird. And I look around and everybody else is also like me. Like at most they got an apartment or a condo.
Majority.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
For
so
sure.
It's a weird thing. Okay.
I'm almost going back on my stance of like renting versus owning at this point just because of how bad. Like,
what do you mean?
Renting is almost not necessarily a bad thing if it can progress you. To be able to maybe buy a house. Like
I personally, if I don't have kids, I don't mind living in an apartment for the rest of my life.
Also, because like you're not stuck. You know what I'm saying? You can always stop your lease.
Yeah, go somewhere else.
Go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
That's the scary thought about a home.
I don't have to replace my fucking fridge if it breaks.
Yeah, that's the scary thought about a home too. If you really think about it, like it's permanent, bro. Like if we're obviously not like
worst
exactly
case, you rent it out, but you still need someone to watch it if you rent.
Yeah,
for sure. It's definitely a big commitment, but yeah.
So have you been paying attention with South Korea? Do you know anything that's going on?
So I was reading the news a little bit about that, and I'm not really totally aware of the political environment currently going on. But all I know is there is an election happening soon in South Korea, and the current president, I think President Yoon, at like 1 a.m. I think yesterday or like 2 days ago, I forget exactly, recently within the 48 hours, he called for martial law. And he was going to have like basically all the troops go into the parliament building or whatever they're like.
Basically what they were going to do is block off the parliament building so they couldn't go in to vote against the martial law.
Because he's most likely going to lose this next election.
Not only that, he's about to be impeached and charged with corruption charges. But what they did is they voted 196-0 when they managed to finally get into parliament.
Bro, there was a live stream of like people, them hopping the fence to get inside.
These were parliament
And this was
members.
at like 2 a.m. Like this is like really early in the morning. He was really trying to like do something.
Yeah,
like,
in the middle of the night, the timing of it was crazy. He was trying to get the soldiers there before, and they fought him off.
You saw the video?
Fought him off
you
with
saw
fire
the guy
extinguishers.
spin them around?
Yeah.
Like that was
that was cold.
And so yeah, 196-0, which is insane. So
you think that would ever happen in America?
No.
In the way it happened, at least?
Oh, like
where everybody...
No, the civilians, I feel like we couldn't organize like that.
No,
or like there would be like once, hey man, I'm with the cops, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
identity politics. It's the death of America. Literally,
there
identity
would be one
politics.
guy like, hey man, don't do that to the cop, man. Let him in,
like there would. And I've realized from traveling overseas, like, I'm weak. But one thing I've realized from traveling overseas is nobody engages in identity politics the way Americans do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like Tyla, the one singer, she's like, I'm a colored woman. And here, if you say that, the context behind it is like, oh, that's a little crazy. Colored? What do you mean by
I think
colored?
when she said that, people here were tripping out.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
and they were like, people actually getting mad at and upset about it. But in South Africa, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
A person who's mixed race is colored. But the thing is, when you say that here, and Americans are just so taken aback. But we have this concept that everything revolves around us. So we just like
that's so
impose our own identity politics on the world.
man.
Like you look at the World Cup in Qatar, they're like, oh, they're not cool with homosexuals. And like, there's so many other countries who clearly did not care, but it was huge in like the UK and America. Like, oh, how dare you guys? But
I do. I mean, I don't really agree with them hosting the World Cup, or at least the way they built it and stuff, man.
Yeah, it was
there's some
inhumane
bad stuff. Yeah, but
I
get what you're saying though. Yeah, people think way too highly of themselves here. They think their opinion matters more than it really does.
Talk about bullshit.
They have too much free time.
Yeah,
on their hands.
that's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, pick up a hobby. You know what I'm saying?
Have you watched Drake and Kendrick? I mean, have you watched? Have you listened?
Yeah,
to the new Kendrick album?
I've watched the new album that Kendrick dropped. Nah, man, I loved it personally. Unexpected drop, which I fuck with.
Yeah. I was 40 minutes behind. The one time I wasn't on my phone. I'm always on my phone, too.
I didn't. Yeah. I caught it probably a few hours later. But I'm not going to lie. At first, I didn't listen to it right away. You know, it wasn't like, oh, I got to listen, you know. I saw that he threw some shots at Drake, and I was like, okay, let me take a peep. And honestly, instantly, I was pretty hooked, I would say. I really liked the avenue he chose, like his sounds, like people, and I feel like there's a lot of unnecessary hate on the album.
I feel like Drake fans discredit Kendrick's replay value and his hit ability, like the ability to make a hit.
Dude, the song where it says what song is it with mustard?
Yeah, TV off. But that was the first song I listened to. Yeah. I instantly kept replaying it. Oh my god. Do you have favorite songs off the album?
I'd have to pull. I don't like.
Okay, well, I'm like a super fan. It's crazy because it's number one for my like rap.
I think
this
Dodger
year.
Blue is in there.
Dodger
probably.
Blue is beautiful.
Great
oh my
song.
god, such a great song.
What else? I mean,
I liked.
Isn't GNX? Isn't there a song?
GNX,
yeah.
That's a song that everybody doesn't like. GNX for some reason. I like it. I don't know. I don't mind it.
I really
definitely.
I enjoy almost all the songs. I think the slower R&B song he has with
Luther's with SZA.
With that one's like. I think it's good. For me, when Kendrick gets in the like R&B bag, I don't rock with it as much. But I do see the value in it. I do like.
I feel like he does it good. Like okay, let's say
I think he does do good for
like off Damn Love. Like that's a romantic pop song. Remember? Love you.
Yeah, that's a good song with the Zachary dude.
Yeah. And what you call it? What else? The song with Rihanna he did, Loyalty.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I thought about this one, but he hasn't had a song like this in a while. So I was just like, yeah. And I feel like he's really taking advantage of the winning the beef, and I don't blame him.
Sure. Dude, he made hits again. Like TV Off is a hit. There's another
TV
song.
Off during the Super Bowl.
There's one more song in there that's like disrespectful-ish, like kind of hype.
Okay, so
can you pull it up real quick?
I got you. It's Whacked Out Murals.
Oh, okay. That was good too.
Then it was Squabble Up.
Squabble Up, bro. People were hating so hard on that with the music video. Like that was a good song too.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's such a good song. I was waiting for that when he put it in the beginning of the Not Like Us videos. I posted it for like a month. Like, yo, I need this. Like I need this. Third song was Luther.
I think Dodger Blue maybe after that.
No, Dodger Blue's near the end.
Oh, it was.
Okay, I don't have to go in order. My favorite songs are Reincarnated.
Reincarnated, yes.
Reincarnated. He takes on the life of B.B. King, famous blues singer.
Okay. And doesn't he sample a Tupac song?
Yeah. I think Judgment Day by Tupac is what he sampled. Then the second, he took on the life of a black woman in a chitlin circuit, and I looked into it because I couldn't figure out who it was. It's this lady named Dina Washington. All these people died. Mm-hmm. All these artists, these two artists had problems with their fathers, and they died of drug addiction.
Oh, okay.
Third verse is about Kendrick, but Kendrick takes on a character of Lucifer in the Bible, the devil.
Okay, yes.
And the theme of getting thrown out by your father is like keeps coming back up. Mm-hmm. Then he's talking to him like. He takes on the approach, like if somebody listened to it without like really paying any mind to how they thought of it, they would assume he's saying he's the devil. But I don't feel that way. I feel like he's talking about all of us have Lucifer in us a little bit. And we all have this resentment towards the higher being of like, why are things this way? Mm-hmm. It's your own pride, basically. It's about pride. That's all it is.
No, I like that.
It's a whole thing. I went on a little tangent, but yeah, Kendrick's great.
I think I want to just say this. We said this off the mic. the album's getting a lot of unnecessary hate from Drake people showing their bias. Like the way people have talked about this album, I've heard on social media, I've seen, oh, I can't believe you guys actually like this, or how could you like you just saying you like just say you don't know good music and move on. Like,
no, it's not even like, I doubt they even really listen to it.
Yeah, they just turned it on.
Yeah.
Or they may, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't listen to it at all and just trashed it.
One thing I've heard against Kendrick is, like, I've heard this since, like, swimming pools. People don't like when he does voices, you know, the little character voices he does. But I feel like that is what won him the beef. Like, these memorable-ass lines are from...
It's also kind of what makes Kendrick.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He makes these characters, like... And, like, the song in Reincarnated, like, the way he was able to switch voices to create a conversation between him and God, basically. And, like, just the switch off, the going back, it sounds like a natural conversation. He's very good at that. And, like, even the memorable lines in the beef. What is it, the Braves? You know what I mean? If he said that normally, it wouldn't be as memorable. But he said, what is it, the Braves?
That's true. I mean, bro, you got to do a voice. I mean, dude, Drake's whole rap persona is a voice.
Yeah.
It's not him.
He's also suing UMG for Not Like Us.
So I don't mind that. Like, I understand the corny aspect of, like, oh, it's a beef, why are you going to sue? But I don't think...
So you're saying the defamation part of it is justified? Like Kendrick defaming Drake. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I like that Drake is trying to expose the industry for faking streams. Yeah. That's the part I like. The part of, like, the defamation thing... I mean, it's whatever.
My thing is, though, Dennis,
it's stupid. I don't think
they've done this in favor of Drake for years. And when they got switched on him, he's like, nah. But then again, Drake is justified to this point. Okay, this is the problem.
Wait, so did he sue him for defamation?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that would be
corny. UMG was telling Drake, hey, if you're gonna sue us, let's both turn around and sue Kendrick for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It wasn't a defamation lawsuit, but the thing is, okay, this is what the whole thing is. This is the whole case that Drake has against UMG. They're like, okay, I had a deal with you guys. I figure out, I drop X amount of albums. I go on tour. You guys pay me X amount. I think it was $700 million they paid him. Okay? And they renew these contracts every 2 years, I think. And that's why Drake's always on tour and putting out albums, because that's how his contract works. So what he does is he's saying, okay, I was in the middle of a contract negotiation. And what UMG did was hype up and pay bots to stream Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, okay, from the get-go. He had like 30K views when the video dropped, kind of thing. So bots were on there. And he was saying, what Drake was saying is, you guys did that in the middle of negotiations for contracts because you guys are trying to pay me less. You guys know you owe me big money and it's coming up, and you guys, the timing of it was perfect. Kendrick comes out. You guys are pushing Kendrick's music more than mine during the battle, just so you can pay me less. So he's suing his own label. But what UMG is saying is, hey, we had no part in that. Let's both turn around and sue Kendrick together. But Drake's not going to do that, from just PR standpoint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wait, so where do you think this is going to end up?
I feel like it's a slam dunk case for Drake, to be honest with you. Yeah. And honestly, I feel like the PR aspect of it, like, people are like, oh, really, Drake? That's what you do? You get your ass whooped so bad you go to court? And yeah, that's a little justified because this is rap at the end of the day. But it sounds like Drake was, like, dealing with money he could not play about. Like, he was like, no, like, I need this check that y'all was about to write me. Like, y'all just screwed me over, you know?
Million.
So he's justified in that sense. I feel like in hindsight, it's going to be viewed a lot better. I feel like it's a big moment for artists that want to go independent and don't want it. Like, look at Kanye. Kanye's on a lot of people's Spotify rap, Dennis, and he's an independent artist.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there's nobody pushing his music out anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's still there, you know?
That's crazy. I don't get any shuffle, no Kanye gets, unless it's like my liked songs. You know, and I was going to speak on that. It when Not Like Us came out, after, let's say you play a song, you hit next.
Every time.
It would play.
Every time.
I'm not going to lie. Like, it would pop up.
I didn't think anything of it because it was Apple Music, and I knew Apple was like, you know,
right.
The algorithms aren't the best.
No, I was using Spotify, man, and it would come up a lot, man. I actually remember skipping it a really large amount of times.
And I feel like it was one of my top songs, and I feel like a lot of times I just skipped it. Yeah. But it counted it because it would always come up. You know what I mean?
Look, I mean, and obviously, you know, they have algorithms. They're going to push stuff. I mean, what do you think about that? Do you like that, or do you not like the fact that?
I feel like you could tell this year Spotify Wrapped really easily that AI was involved. Remember, we were going to get to that.
Well, that's a good transition.
My thing is, it pushes the same like 10 to 15 artists, really. It's like the small little circle you got into. Like, I saw a lot of Drake, Kendrick. I saw a lot of Tyler. I saw a lot of Mac Miller.
I saw Cole.
I
had Cole on mine.
It's just guys like that. Algorithms push who they want to push, you know?
That's true.
You could tell the difference this year especially. And I feel like also I saw on Twitter that this year Spotify didn't do albums.
Yeah, or they didn't mention album. Yeah, they didn't
do albums for people
at all.
And you know why? Because they want to move away from albums. Singular streams are better. They don't like long albums because it equals less streams.
Less streams, yeah. No.
And they like shorter music because shorter music, more streams.
Mm-hmm.
It's all stream based now. Music is completely different than it used to be.
Music is bad.
It used
honestly,
to be you go out into
artist,
this
like.
Yeah, if you used to go out into a Walmart and buy a CD of your favorite artist. You know, you actually actively had to engage with the artist, but that doesn't exist anymore.
I'm not gonna lie, I almost like started collecting CDs. Like
you should. It's a collector's item that's gonna be valuable in like 30, 40 years. I promise you.
People will pay good money for that. Good money. That's for sure.
The Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah, I mean, people are saying like AI is involved a lot with it this year, which I don't really understand what they mean by that. I mean, to me, it looked kind of the same as last year.
I don't even have Spotify, so I can't even speak on it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, I had how many minutes did I have? Maybe 40,000. Nothing too crazy, but still a good bit. But I don't know. To me, it was.
I had like 14K. I realize I don't listen to music as much as everybody else, which is crazy because I feel like I always listen to music.
I think I was actually talking with someone about this a couple of months ago. That's not a good thing if you have to listen to music all the time. I don't think that's a good thing.
I guess it's constantly engaging with like media all the time is not healthy.
Exactly, same thing. I think people need to give their brain a rest, do a little, meditation. If you can't sit with your own thoughts
for a little while,
for a while, then
and I feel like
you need
it's
to
the
look
main
inwardly.
cause of depression nowadays. Like there's such a dopamine rush all the time. Everything is to like heighten your senses on 1,000, especially in America. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And when those dopamine like
keep you in that loop, like
and once it's gone, you're just like, damn,
yeah.
Like, I can't imagine being without my phone for a full day. I would go crazy, Dennis. Not like go crazy, obviously, but you know what I mean.
You would
like,
feel so lost. So
yeah,
you feel
what
like,
do I do with my hands? What am I doing here?
Just driving somewhere, you'd be like, holy shit.
You know what I think about a lot, Dennis? Sometimes when I'm walking past somebody and I don't feel like engaging, smiling, saying hi, I pull out my phone and I do my thing.
Yeah.
Which I think about, like, what would I have done 20, 30 years ago when passing someone? I would have had to engage with them. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Which is weird. It's just, I don't know, man.
Or like,
let me not go too deep.
Pull out the chicken from your jacket or something.
The chicken?
Yeah, the chicken.
Also, do you remember your Spotify top 5?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have my phone.
It was I did have Drake in there. I had J. Cole in there. What else I listened to? I had Sean Paul as my fifth. Paul. I know that.
More.
What are the others? No, there's two more. I can't even think right now. Yeah, go ahead.
Mine was Kendrick at 1, Drake at 2, West Side Gun at 3, Freddie Gibbs at 4, and Mac Miller at 5.
That's solid.
It's a solid top 5. I feel like the Drake was a little inflated.
It's why, Drake beef. I feel like is always in my top 5 just because he does get shuffled a lot. I mean, he got good stuff. He
has such a big catalog.
I mean, dude, his
what kind of Drake do you want? And like so many different discography.
Yeah.
And also like so many different genres he does. Like
he touches everything.
You can put on a Drake song for any mood you're in. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can go back all the way to 2007 and play some Drake. You know what I'm saying?
But what else is there for us to talk about, Dennis? Oh, Syria. How do we not talk about Syria?
So, Syria, I'm just not super knowledgeable. I just know that there was in the capital, Damascus, like a coup attempt. And I know, you got Hezbollah in there and you got the Assad.
So, this is what's happening in Syria. Oh, my God. Actually, let's not
because
Syria.
I was going to say, it's going to take too long,
dedicate an entire episode to Syria.
Because they recently started picking things back up in Syria, right? It was kind of quiet for a while. And then now it's kind of like popping off again.
Because the U.S. backed the rebels.
Okay. And now shit's really starting to...
Iran's path to Hezbollah. Okay. It's a whole thing. Well, I'm probably, Dennis, honestly, we might have to dedicate a whole episode to Syria.
Yeah, no,
Like the same way we did with Palestine. Remember we did that with Palestine? I feel like we have to with Syria. It's so complicated.
So LeBron finally, father time has kicked in.
I don't even want to.
23 turnovers. That's playing. Like, I think people are overreacting a little bit because I saw some graphic, like Anthony Edwards shot for like 3 for 13 in that game. Like Jason Tatum 2 for like.
The thing is with LeBron is he just doesn't do that.
I know.
He just doesn't do that, and I get it. But the thing is, he played every game this season so far, and he played back to back twice.
What is he doing, bro? Can you please just take a day off, man? Like,
we used to complain when he'd do that. Is the crazy part. But now, like, we're just like, dude. But I feel like without him, they need him out there. Is why he won't do it. I
mean, I understand, but bro, when you're at that age, like, I understand why he wants to play every game, but it's important to the team.
10-point streak that dude, that's all that matters.
It's really scary because I was starting to doubt if he would get to 10 points, and that to me is scary.
Clear indicator of
that to me is scary because you can tell he cares a lot about that record.
Oh yeah, I feel like he wants to retire with that record.
He definitely wants to retire with that.
You think he's retiring next year?
I do. Yeah, I think it's his farewell tour.
I think he's gonna hit his 40K and do his.
Yeah, so next year.
Yeah,
his farewell tour. I'm gonna either need to buy a ticket to a Wizard game this year. Or
let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're talking about it. Let's do it.
I'm down. Yeah, I'm down. Because next year it's gonna be expensive if it is his farewell tour, and they're always more expensive when Celtics.
The Wizards are so ass. They were 0-14.
The tickets should not be expensive.
They're gonna be expensive for the Lakers game,
of course. Yeah,
but that's like the one game I could see LeBron not playing, and it's just like, do you want to take that risk?
That's a good point.
I feel like I still want to take that.
He's not gonna give a fuck against the Wizards.
I mean, at least AD might play. That's what scares me, and that's what's. I was supposed to go to Kobe's last game against the Wizards, and he dropped 40 that game, bro. It was his last season. He dropped 40.
You didn't go?
I didn't go. I was still in high school.
That's a big. Okay, that's a big.
It was hard for me to go, but like, I was about to buy the tickets and everything.
I bet.
Oh, you're telling me after he died? Oh my god! Like, I would do anything to go back and smack myself. Like, you better go, bro.
No, it
was like $300 though. It was his farewell season, so they were expecting.
Let's buy some tickets.
All right,
let's
guys,
see. February maybe?
Podcast vlog. I think it is.
LeBron, you trying to join the LowLife podcast, man?
Can I ask you a question?
We got some questions for you, man.
That would actually be fun. Imagine. I'd probably faint. Let me not glaze too much.
The videos of like when LeBron James retires, like, I might throw someone on the grill, bro, go take a drive.
Nah, bro, I'm being shambles. I'm not gonna lie.
Look at the ceiling.
I feel like once LeBron, retires, the NBA is gonna turn into what the MLB is today. It's gonna be forgotten.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
No, I don't think so.
I think the direction, we got no more hood guys in the NBA. Like, there's actual conversation. Like, all these dudes are rich, man. They're all AAU kids. I saw a crazy stat. It's like 55% of the NBA is either directly like related to an NBA player or like is distantly related. Like, they're somehow in the same gene pool.
Nepotism, of course,
which is crazy. And it used to not be like
Anthony's kid.
Yeah, like he's in. Cool. Bronny's in.
No. Keon, he's not in yet. Carmelo's
I mean, he's
kid.
Gonna be, but my point is like it's the same like
you're
saying
he's
pool.
In. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's in for sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. We kept it interesting, didn't
we? Yeah, for sure. We touched a wide range of topics. Kept it short and sweet this time. We just wanted to get one out for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Next one we'll talk about Syria for 2 hours.
Syria for at least an hour and a half. I'm gonna need an hour and a half for that one.
I'm gonna try to get this out probably by this weekend, maybe.
Bet. So thank you all for watching.
Yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you all have a good night, good day, whatever it is, and till next time. Thank you guys.